games are. This is terrific. Not often is Monday the big night, where you get the big one on Monday, but you get the big one on Monday. And then you get the Masters, and baseball starts, and this is terrific. What's up to you? And Merry Monday. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. How you living?
What it do, yo?
It's the weekend.
It was fantastic. Final
Pretty good.
Four
Yeah.
was just phenomenal. The first game, all right.
All right.
The second game, the hype was real.
Everything about it was real. Like, everything about Carolina Duke was real. Everything about that rivalry. I mean, you may play hyperbole on me, and you might even be right. You might even say, you know what, I get it, it's like what ESPN does to me with Yankees and Red Sox makes me think it's the greatest thing ever, and I got to watch every game. Carolina Duke is somewhat the same thing, but you put that together in the Final Four with Krzyzewski's potential last game on the line, and it was everything, and there were big shots and big misses and onions up and down the floor. If that was the final, that would have been one of the best games in the history of basketball, huh?
Yes, it would have.
I mean, it was that good. How'd you watch it? Were you at home? Were you?
Yeah, I watched that one at home.
So it was at a gala for Down syndrome, the Denim and Diamonds Gala, to raise money for Down syndrome, and had it on the phone. I'm like, is this rude? At the table, and it's funny when you do that. Everybody wants to be your buddy. And then we did go out to the lobby to watch the last 4 minutes, and on the screen, it was pretty terrific. So you get Kansas and Carolina tonight. Carolina's making a magical run. Carolina was an 8 seed. It's hard to think that Carolina, when you think of 8 seeds, the other 8 seeds were, I believe, San Diego State and Murray State. Here, I'll tell you who the other 8 seeds were. Colorado State, San Diego State. And that's kind of the ilk you're talking about, and Boise State, is that right? That can't be right.
Yeah,
Colorado State was a 6.
Colorado State was 6.
Yeah. It was San Diego State, and it was Seton Hall. So those are your other 8s. That's somewhat how the peers. And excuse me on the allergies today. Anybody else getting just murdered by them?
Ugh.
By the way, hi.
Hi.
How was your gig on Friday afternoon with with the ladies group?
Oh, it was great. There were 3 dudes there and 50 women.
Yeah.
And they were like, I love me some Symbieta. When they heard I was on the sports
The 50 women or the 3 dudes?
The 3 dudes.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But this guy was your biggest fan.
Right on. Well, did he like you? I mean.
Oh yeah, it was. I got a lot of gigs.
That's
I got a lot
matters.
of gigs out of it, which is
Good.
awesome.
Did you kill it?
Yes, it's inappropriate.
It was inappropriate?
Yeah.
And they loved it.
They loved it.
A room full of 50 women's going to love inappropriate, right?
Type A, strong personality women. They loved it.
Yep.
I was like, oh, I can go here with you guys.
Yeah, you can push it just a little bit and a little bit.
I didn't have to break them open or anything.
That's awesome.
They wanted to join in.
See, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, Dave Marie's available if you want to hire her.
And I got my bling ring.
Oh, you did.
I can't show you it break.
Damn, there's no more Vikings band on that.
Well, no, but we're still gonna rock the Vikings band.
But it's not there now.
No, I'll show you guys.
Is it?
Not right now. I'll show you guys.
You still get married?
Yeah.
All right.
For now. Yeah.
All right.
Just
that's
kidding.
Good. All right, so we're going to go down to Kansas. As good as Carolina was, JJ, my point was Kansas was unbelievable. Kansas came out and blew Villanova out the built. It got down to 6, and they were like, yeah, enough.
Yeah, this is a really wild Final Four into the championship game because can UNC be an underdog? The 8 seed, they're trying to play that underdog narrative, but it's still North Carolina, and they struggle to start the season, which is why they're an 8 seed. But you see, overall, they're a very talented team. And this Kansas team, no, it's a given that they're going to win the Big 12. Like, oh, here we go again. They're 1 seed. But I don't know if we talk about Kansas the way we do Duke.
We don't.
Or Kentucky.
No.
Or some of those other teams.
You wonder why?
And they are just as good.
Wonder why? Because they've been in this position as favorites so many times and haven't closed but once. And I think we watched Kansas so many times over the years be that team that got knocked out by a 12, by a 15, and just not finish. And, yeah, they've been to the Final Four a lot. and they've been a high seed a lot. I like honestly, I watched them and I thought they were really good. I keep remembering the Kansas that gets knocked out every year, and I watch Duke and Carolina in the Final Four every year, or not every year, but on a regular basis. So I mean, I think that's why the majority of people were just saying, yeah, Kansas is really good, but they're going to be Kansas. Well, they weren't, and here they are, and I think they win tonight.
Yeah, they're a team that you tell me if I'm underachieving, I'm getting the Final Four all the time. I'll take that in a heartbeat. And this team is deep in terms of guys that can take over a game. With Abaji hasn't been like the Player of the Year candidate, but he's settled in. And then you have Ruby Martin, you have Brown, McCormick inside, Wilson was phenomenal. I do think this is a fantastic matchup when you go 1 through 5 between these teams. I'm leaning towards Kansas tonight, but this North Carolina team has been unstoppable in the tournament, and they have 2 big-time shot makers, and that plays well in games like this. And R.J. Davis and Caleb Love that have no hesitation.
Yeah, Love has been beyond ridiculous, and that's how teams get here. I mean, this is where you learn about teams that maybe you don't watch all season. Excuse me, I feel horrible about this. But you learn about these teams because you don't get a chance to watch your team and North Carolina and Duke and Kansas and Texas unless you're Jerry Palm, right? You just don't. And so you get here and you learn about these teams and oh wow, Caleb Love's unbelievable, right? If you heard about Abaji, but maybe you're starting to realize how good he is. This is pretty special what we're going to see tonight. I think it's a great game. I love Kansas tonight.
I'm leaning Kansas.
Kansas since the beginning, though.
And the big man for USC, his ankle, he's on the edge of maybe not.
Yeah, Armando Bacot.
Yeah, Bacot. That's it. He might.
Hubert Davis said he'll play.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Well,
came back
I
in
hope
and
so.
finished that game. And Brady Manick
fouled
had the X
out, yeah.
factor
Yeah.
for UNC.
Yeah.
Because if he goes off, then it's Vantage Tar Heels.
Well, I love Manick's play. I mean, I think back to the game against what was the game where they were up 25 and he got ejected.
It's against Baylor.
It was
Second
Baylor.
round.
Yeah, it was Baylor. It was when they knocked out the 1 seed, and then they go overtime and somehow find a way to win. All right, ladies, last night South Carolina 64, UConn 49. I'm not surprised UConn got beat because I thought South Carolina was the better team. You've never seen, and I'm sitting here saying I've never seen, none of us have ever seen a Gino Orium team get run out of the built like that. That was utter domination from the beginning. They allowed them to get in and get a sniff and then pulled away. One team was way better than the other, and that unbelievable machine, that dynasty that is UConn, is being interrupted a little bit by what South Carolina and Don Staley have going on. I've never seen, it's never happened, Gino Orium's team get run out of the building like that.
And this is one perfect example of you tune in, you're like, oh, of course, UConn. Here we go again, right? Women's basketball, UConn Huskies going to win it all. The best team in college basketball the last 2 years has been South Carolina.
That's right.
And Don Staley has done an unbelievable job of turning that into the recent powerhouse. Yeah, you have Stanford, Terry Vanderveer, exceptional head coach.
Yep.
Winningest coach in women's college basketball.
Yep.
Gino Orium, continue to get back there. With the most dominant team in women's college basketball at South Carolina. Put on a clinic from start to finish. Like, UConn was never in that game. They could never get over the hump.
Yep. From the beginning. And it was what 13-2 right out of the gate, and it was dominant. And they are your champions, and they deserve to be. All right, we got a lot to do. Let's open it up for you. 505-246-0610. Emails will come in this morning. Jeff or JJ at sportsaudiblebq.com. You can find us on the Twitter. It's _JJ Buck. On the Facebook, The OD in The AM. That's where you can also watch the show. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks, and so you can watch us there. Text line is open, 505-246-0610. We got a guest list for you, and it may grow a bit, but 8 o'clock, LJ Hatch is going to be with us. Isotopes start tomorrow, Amory. It's all starting tomorrow. You ready for it? You're going to be on
I'm
the
so
board?
excited.
Yep.
I am.
All right, and then it's a big time of year for New Mexico United, JJ. So at 8:30, we're going to talk U.S. Open Cup, as well as 2-0-2 start.
Yeah, United head coach Zach Prince join us on the show.
All right, there's other stuff going on that we're working on. Obviously, we're going to get through Tiger, Lobo baseball over the weekend. There's trades in the NFL that matter. And Aztec was. I was watching the golf yesterday. I mean, how do you not root for this guy? He's an Aztec and his name's JJ, and he was looking for his first win. I mean, like two of my favorite things, JJ. No, I'm kidding. Well, no, JJ is not the Aztecs, right? But it was fun watching the Valero yesterday as well. And now it's Masters Week, and Tiger is a game time decision, so we'll get there as well.
I think it's happening.
It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie, and Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Hey, it's Tate of the Tyson Tate Podcast.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco. Dream Style Stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco. Dream Style Stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco. Dream Style Stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at Car Crafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000...
Hello, Jess.
Yo, 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 what up?
Yo, what's up? Is Jess gone? Is it his phone?
As you're talking about it, I started thinking about all the times they've disappointed me.
Kansas?
And yeah, Kansas. And you know what's weird is that for me growing up in this Kansas line of the last 30 years, it kind of mirrors, well, the lack of success for Kansas is somewhat like the UNM. We can't get to the Sweet 16 and they can't get it done. And so I get disappointed every year by both. It's amazing. I don't even know why I watch college basketball.
Different levels of disappointment a bit, but yes.
Sure, absolutely. I still remember, I believe it was the Syracuse year with Carmelo Anthony's team in the block with Warwick, I believe. Blocked a three-pointer, and then they come down and win. I mean, all those just break my heart. But I think this is the year. This is the one team that also seems to be different. They don't have just a superstar that jumps out at you. They have a couple really good stars, as JJ mentioned. And, I mean, Remy Martin, I can laugh about his name, but the kid can ball. And I think that it's more of a team effort this year than years past. So I feel the most confident I've felt in a long time, except for the fact that it's UNC, and these guys are just mowing people down in a position that they probably shouldn't be. It just goes to tell you how rough of a beginning of the year they had, and sometimes the beginning doesn't matter. It all comes down to the end. But just moving forward real quick to Tiger, I would love this so much. As I was waiting on hold, I was thinking of how I would list my top 10 sports moments of my life personally, and Tiger Woods probably has 5 of them.
Really?
I mean, at least you go back a couple of years ago with the Masters.
Yeah,
watching that with my kid was huge. And for my generation, my age group, we grew up watching Tiger in his prime, and I grew up playing golf. So everything I did at the driving range when I was 9, 10 years old was to emulate Tiger Woods and to be like Tiger Woods. So my generation, personally, I think was hugely influential in that. Just the putt at the Masters, where the ball stopped and you can see the logo and it drops in.
In your life!
Right. The Jack Nicklaus, which one's his tournament? I can't remember.
It's up in Ohio. It's the Memorial up in Ohio, yeah.
Where he hit that chip in from like 20 feet off the green, right, and it rolls all the way in. I mean, all of those moments of Tiger, we just want one more, and we're just thirsty as fans for that last one more Tiger moment, and we just want it so bad, Jeff. And I hope it happens.
Well,
everybody have a great morning.
See you, Jess. We may get. I just don't know that we get that moment this week. So I was with golf people over the weekend on Friday, and talking with one of the pros, and you guys, I'm like, there's no way he can win. He's like, nobody can. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm not telling you he's going to, and I don't think he is, but that guy, like, can win. And this is a pro who's been on our show, who's played the PGA Championship, who's a number of times, and he said, no, he can't. He says, I don't think he will, and I'm not telling you, I would, but like, if he goes out there and he plays, and I said, I'm going to yield to you because you know more than I do. Like, you're just, you know better than I do. But there's no way, right? He's like, I wouldn't tell you there's no way. He says, I don't.
Tiger Woods.
I'm putting 20 on it.
Really?
You wouldn't say that about anyone else. Just Tiger Woods.
I guess that's right. because he's Tiger Woods and because he's like, I've seen him do so many unbelievable things, and like I don't think he will, but I'm not going to sit here and say he can't. No, he absolutely can. He's that course. He knows it so well. He's played it so many times. And look, he'll pick his courses as he comes back now, assuming this goes well. I don't think it's an easy walk. By all accounts, I've never been there, but it's very hilly.
I can imagine it's a tough walk.
But I you know where I am on this. There's just no way, right? I said to him, I said, you can't take. It was 14 months with the injury, but he hadn't played competitively in how long? A year and a half? And you could just come back off of shattering your leg at 46 and be competitive with the best in the world? I'm like, there's no way. Like, okay, you want to tell me he can make the cut? I'm listening. And he says, I don't think he's going to. But when you say he can't, he can't. I'm like, whoa. Okay, I'm going to yield to you guys.
Yeah, it's Tiger Woods. You would not say that about anyone else. Even Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka, Roy McIlroy. It's the legend of Tiger Woods because he's done the crazy things that we've seen him. When he started to get hurt, and then we came back and won the Masters the last time, to this point in time, you're just always going to have that belief. It's like even like Michael Jordan stepping on the court the final years, or Kobe Bryant's final game. You're like, I think he can do one more thing.
Kobe go for 60?
Yeah, I think he can surprise us one more time, and that's Tiger Woods. That's the legend of Tiger Woods.
Yeah, but Kobe wasn't coming off of a shattered leg where he couldn't walk.
And
right?
Achilles injury.
It wasn't Achilles injury, but he played a little bit. Okay.
But
I'm starting to come over.
You're not surprised if they give you one more moment.
So even if he gets it and I won't be surprised if we get one more Tiger moment.
It comes down to pain management right now for this man.
Okay, I will not be surprised if we get another Tiger moment. I will be stunned if it's this weekend.
Yes.
That's all. But listen to the guys.
We're going to see Tiger Woods at the Masters again.
I think so.
In a major tournament.
Yeah.
We just don't know when.
Well,
because it's about just managing. All right, when I hit the ball, how does that feel?
And how do I do it?
And then how do I get to 18 2 days in a row?
2? He's thinking 5.
So. Yeah, he's thinking 4 days. Absolutely. But it's still just about managing how that feels on his body right now.
Yeah, and look, the back leg, it's his right leg. That's where you're getting your power from. That's where you're pushing from. I do believe we'll get another Tiger moment. Does that mean he's got to win a major to get another Tiger moment? What does that mean? Can he win the Memorial? Can he win Congressional? Can he win, or he's got to win a major to be a Tiger moment? But yeah, sitting there on Friday, and listen to people in the know. It's their game. I don't know, man. I started thinking there's just no way, right? There's just no way. But I was told it is. I think we're going to see him though, don't you?
Yes.
If he's going game time decision.
I think other people, media's drama, but I don't think he's drama. I think he's just like really filling it out.
That.
I think he's like versus Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, all those guys. He is like really filling it out, I think, to see if he can really do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think Tiger needs his name out there. He's looking for the drama.
He's like looking to see if he can walk.
Yeah, and if he can do this and get around. I agree. He practiced at Augusta National earlier this week. He was up there again yesterday, and the tee times will come out tomorrow. He's got up until the first tee, right? There'll be alternates there waiting in case he can't play, and there'll be somebody to fill that tee time. But he's got the leverage on this thing if he wants it. David, good morning to you. How you doing?
Good. Long time. I haven't called in a long, long while.
Good to hear you. Tiger got you out, huh?
It's the annual rite of spring, I've always said.
I agree with you. Sniffles and the Masters. Yes.
Sniffles, you have got that 100% correct.
Yeah.
Sniffles and the Masters. I've got a good friend of mine that lives in Atlanta, and she sent me a great pic of the azaleas that have been blooming, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. It looks like it's in beautiful shape. But yeah, as far as Tiger goes, first and foremost, you know, you have to believe that every TV network is hoping he's playing, because it's going to take the ratings up by a factor of 2, maybe 3.
Well, certainly Golf Channel and ESPN and CBS are hoping. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Everybody that's broadcasting this is hoping that he's playing, and because every golf fan is hoping he's playing. You made the comment that is it going to require a Tiger moment to be a major? Yeah, it'd be the PGA or one of the other 4. I think that would be it. But I think that's all he's ever concentrated on from here going forward is going to be those 5 tournaments. He's not going to be able to handle a grueling season. But, you know, I think with Phil, what did he win the PGA at 51? Is that right?
He was 51 last year.
Yeah, I think Tiger, I think his mental fortitude, he still has that capability. Will it be this weekend? No. If he plays, which I certainly hope he does, if his body can handle it, what he'd be shooting for is just getting in there, walking the course, and making the cut and seeing how his body feels. I think that's truly is where he is at today. But, you know, it would be, you know, like, to me, 2019 was probably one of the most memorable Masters that I can ever imagine. With him coming back and winning with his son there, I mean, it was just memorable. It brought back a lot of memories to me, based upon what history of that tournament and what Tiger's meant to the game of golf, and getting him back to that, you know, to that echelon. And so I think, you know, it'd be great to see him. I'm with your camp. I don't think it's going to be this weekend, yeah, but like I said, I think it's just him getting around the course, and trying to make a cut and getting his body back in, you know, hopefully tournament condition.
David, great to hear you. We're on the same page. I think there's a lot of us with us, or a lot of people with us, just hoping he plays again, and we just get to watch it this weekend. Enjoy it. See you.
You bet.
Be well.
Take care.
Been a minute since David called in, too. All right, how do you feel? I mean, here we are. We get the NCAA championship tonight. We get the Masters this week. We had the women's last night. Baseball season starting. This is honestly one of the best sports weeks of the year. It really is. Doesn't get the herald for it, but it kind of is. 505-246-0610. You know who's undefeated? Father Time and Mother Nature. That's it. Father Time and Mother Nature go undefeated. That is fact. So what does it mean for you? It means as you get older, there are some very natural things that you may experience as men. Things like being tired too often, hair loss, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction. But now there's a way to fight back. New Male has been helping men take care of these things for years. They have industry-leading testosterone replacement, so men feel better and perform better. Essentially, men battle these things that Mother Nature and Father Time throw at you by calling New Male. 505-652-1688 is the number. 505-652-1688, or visit Newmale, NUMALE.com. New Male's local, right here in Albuquerque. They're convenient. They're comfortable. Most importantly, they produce results. Guys, men all over the country are benefiting from New Male's treatment. You don't have to succumb to these natural inconveniences. Call New Male and take care of it. It can happen. You can feel like you again. Do this for you guys. Make the call to New Male at 505-652-1688. That's 505-652-1688, or visit newmale.com and feel better.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. In April, donate $1 or more at either Clark's location and they'll match your donation.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at Car Crafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it.
Around here locally, Lobo baseball over the weekend got beat 3 straight by UNLV, 18-3, 12-4, and 27-6. So what my math tells me is that's 57-13. Am I not right? Is that what your math tells you? It's a rough weekend for Lobo baseball. Got an email from Gene on that. Gladiators got beat at home over the weekend. You go out this time? Go out to that one? Oh, no, you had Carolina Duke on Saturday night, right?
Of ProView Networks.
Yes.
Yeah, Carolina Duke canceled the Eric Church concert for crying out loud.
He's a UNC fan, so he must be happy.
I got it.
I was out watching. It was fun. A lot of people out watching.
Yeah, it's good. You got to go out to watch stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
You like that out better? See,
There was a lot of UNC fans. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's an interesting option.
I know. We wanted sound.
My kid was weird. It's funny. Last night, years ago, I was just get her something on these trips. I think one of my Charlotte trips. No. It was one of these NSMA trips for the National Sports Media Awards. I brought her back a Duke lacrosse T-shirt and a UNC Tar Heel shirt. Let her choose. And last night she went to bed. She was wearing her Tar Heel shirt. I'm like, I haven't seen that in a while. And I said, because they're playing the championship tomorrow. She's like, no, first T-shirt I grabbed.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Yep. But yeah, so Lobo baseball loses 18-3. 12-4 and 27-6. So 18 and 12 is 30. That's 57-13 over the weekend. Rough weekend for them. They play the Aggies on Tuesday. Rod says rougher weekend. Lobo baseball or Duke City Gladiators? Is it just the case the Gladiators have no quarterback right now? Gino's not patient. It's Coach Pig Brown's job in jeopardy. Pig Brown's no longer your coach, obviously. Yeah, that's not patient over there, and they're 0-3. It's a tough start for them. And a really rough weekend, JV, for Lobo baseball. UNLV's nice, but man, that's a tough weekend.
Yeah, UNLV is really nice when it comes to them compared to Lobo baseball.
This is Gene. He says UNLV 57, Lobo baseball 13. Jeff, can you see now why I didn't go crazy like some OD callers did a couple weeks ago? When Lobo baseball beat Arizona on a cold Wednesday in March. I don't know anybody went crazy. I think people thought it was a nice win and saw glimmers of hope, right? And beat the 9th-ranked team or 11, whatever they were in the country. It's a feel good, isn't it? Especially when you need one.
We are a locally owned
Lobo baseball 12-16 overall, 5-7 in conference play. They will get New Mexico State in Cruces on Tuesday, and then they go up to Fresno for 3 with the Bulldogs on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
For
before
50
coming
years,
home and they
Clark's
get
Pet
throwback
Emporium
Thursday
has
next
been
week in
your
San
pet's
Jose.
favorite stop. fish, birds,
and then
cats,
they still got
dogs,
UNLV. They gotta go
reptiles,
there
and
again.
small animals. Clark's has
It's
built
tough
a
schedule.
tradition of
It's tough,
friendly,
tough
knowledgeable service
I still
focused on
start
affordable,
tomorrow.
quality pet care products and food.
Tomorrow,
Locally owned and
I still will
operated
be
with 2 convenient
in
locations
Oklahoma, and
for
they will
all
be
your
back
pet
on our
needs,
air,
including an
and,
extensive
looking
selection of
forward
gifts for both
to
owners
having
and
them
pets.
back
11200
home
Manal
on the Sports
Northeast
Animal,
or 4914
here at
Lomas
Ice Cliff
Northeast.
Park.
Clark's Pet Emporium
And,
is
looking
celebrating
forward to
50
talking
years.
to
Thank
LJ
you,
Hatch. So
Albuquerque,
you were out
the
there
Pet
on
Supply
Saturday,
Superstore.
JJ?
Clark'sPets.com.
Yes, I was.
How was that?
We would like to thank
Just
the
felt
following
good.
sponsors for making
Like to
this
be back out
broadcast
there.
possible.
And Saturday was media day. I guess I should clarify.
Yeah,
that.
Saturday evening, media day.
20
They
years, Evergard
season
Solar
ticket
has been
holders
working with New
that
Mexico
came out. They
State
fed them. They
and
had a chance to watch the
businesses.
workout.
For
It's just
all
a good
your
vibe
solar
at the
needs
park, seeing
in
the
New
players
Mexico, call
get back out there.
821
You'll see just the excitement and Warren Schaefer getting into it, looking good. Probably one of the most in shape managers in the PCL. He's ready to go. And he had to do those curls, hold those microphones, because those TV guys show up and say, "Hey,
Here,
can you
all
hold
you
all our microphones?"
And
We don't have a mic
They
stand.
get heavy, huh?
So,
all right. Infielder LJ Hatch is going to be with us. He's a former Aggie who is going to start the season. He's had, when he was up in the big leagues, he's had 159 at bats. Actually,
I don't think he's ever made the big leagues yet.
I don't know. This says Major League Baseball stats to me, doesn't it? What is that? I mean, am I reading that wrong? He's not been up MLB stats?
MILB.
Is that MI? Am I missing the I? Well, I am missing something. All right. I still can't see the I in there. All right. LJ Hatch is going to be with us, and he'll start the season here. And looking forward just to having the conversation with him about getting up there, starting the season here, and just getting this thing started. But after all the off-season talk about baseball, it was never about baseball. It was about salary caps and years of service and all this other, everything besides baseball. So I'm looking forward to have that conversation. 8:30, Zach Prince is going to be with us. Hey, I want to hit this since we've been on golf. And you saw, was it Jerome Espinoza who had the post that the voice of the people, Sebastian Noel, sent to you about golf potentially being cut from APS? And I know this has been there's been whispers around. So there's been whispers around. I was with some golf people obviously over the weekend, and that there's going to be budget cuts. And so this is from Adrian Ortega, the APS athletic director, this morning. Golf is staying. There is no story, which is I said great news, wonderful. So hopefully that's right. And I have no reason to think if Adrian told me that isn't right. But I heard on, whisper last like Wednesday, Thursday. Friday I heard it, kind of got it confirmed that it was on the chopping block, that there were APS athletics is underfunded, that there could be a reduction, there could be elimination of student services like golf. And that was confirmed on Friday late afternoon, early evening. And Jerome, who's one of the golf pros, actually, you remember, he was on our show when we were out at Paradise Hills that time. Remember when we did the show out there? And I think he's at Albuquerque Country Club now. But a lot of golf people really concerned. And this was just going to be APS, the rumor was, not NMA, so just the Albuquerque Public Schools. But from Adrian Ortega this morning, golf is staying. There is no story. Thanks. Thank you. I think it's great news for all these young men and women. I was thinking last night, because I knew this was going to come up, JJ, with all of the progress that youth golf has made in this state, and I think of everything that Nota Begay has done, especially, and you've heard me talk about it over the years, how many young golfers, really good young golfers I've got to see play over the last 5-6 years in this state. It feels like we've got something going here where you may get some good young golfers jump on the scene and do something. When I heard this last week, it was really disheartening.
It's very disheartening anytime extracurricular activities are taken away from students. Opportunities to do something else, maybe find a passion, give you an extra outlet. And when those are few and far between, I think it's bad for everyone involved. I think it's bad for every student because it's always so easy to get caught up football, basketball. Not everyone plays football and basketball. There's still so many other things to do, and you want to see students in public schools have those opportunities.
Well, I understand that it's expensive. You've got to pay the courses. Nobody's got a home course right on their campus, so you've got to go play, whether it's a municipal course, a country club course, whatever it is, tee times to let these high school teams play. And I get it, but I also listened to how our state was flush with money this year, how more money was being pumped into schools, and teachers, and it should go. Please don't think I'm saying that teachers shouldn't get a raise. Please don't ever interpret that, okay? But you would hope that we would fund the student services too, right? Teachers need to get taken care of, and so do the students, and it feels like there was enough money this time around. I don't know what happened between last week and this morning for the story to turn to some things may get cut, like golf is staying. Now, I don't know that means something else isn't getting cut. Don't get me wrong. I don't know the whole story on that, but that was good to hear this morning. You want me out? Okay. Did you watch the Valero this weekend, by the way?
No.
The old Byron Nelson. JJ Spawn won his first. So it's always great these tournaments right before the majors, where a guy who's relatively a veteran, I think he's 31, wins his first tournament and qualifies for next week's major. So JJ Spawn's going to be in the Masters next year. I'm watching that. He's an Aztec. So we were for Mountain West golfers, don't we? Unless they're Aztecs, is that how it is around here? And his name's JJ. Like I was, it was kind of yay. It's 147th career start. He double bogeyed his early in the round. I think it was number 1. 5 birdies, no bogeys the rest of the way. Beat Matt Kuchar, who fell apart down the stretch, and this was really cool to watch. He was in college when Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, so he was like ranked 21st in the nation at San Diego State, and he wasn't as good as those guys, and obviously those guys hit the world and made millions. So he worked his way up through the Korn Ferry Tour, and got his first win yesterday in San Antonio. So it was it was actually fun watch yesterday afternoon. 5-0 after I chopped it up, Marie. I mean, I just chopped it up yesterday. I got on the front nine. I'm like, what am I even doing here?
New clubs?
No,
not yet.
No, I need them. Played respectable on the back, but yeah.
Story of my life every time.
You know, it was getting up that early. I waited for Addie to get home from fall. Winter ball, whatever it was.
Waiting at the front door.
I know where she was, and she was on the committee. I had to clean up, so she gets home about 12:30.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So and then early tea time, allergies. Yeah, no excuses. I'm brutal. All right, top. I should say 8 o'clock. LJ Hatch, Isotopes infielder, is going to be with us. We're going to talk baseball. I want to get more into the Final Four. I want your phone calls when we get back on little baseball, on what you saw from Carolina and Duke, and Tiger. You seem to be fired up about that. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Ray Magliozzi here. I don't cook much, but when I need ingredients for my car, eBay Motors has 122 million options.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at Car Crafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
Burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Sports animals.
Good group of locals are headed down to Augusta as well, Marie. On Thursday, we'll have at least one, maybe a couple of the pros who are down there, local pros, on with us as the Masters get started. I don't know if you know this. It's a tradition unlike any other. And it's going to happen this weekend. 505-246-0610. NBA season's coming to an end. Richard wants to know JJ's Nuggets. The JJ's Nugs put the Lakers out of their misery. Is LeBum shut down for the rest of the season?
LeBum.
That's what he called them. You kind of did put the final nail in their coffin, though.
Yes. They lost 6 in a row. They're now 2 back of a final play-in spot. Not the playoffs. Not the playoffs. A play-in.
So they have to pick up 3 games on San Antonio with 4 games left.
Hold the tiebreaker.
Yeah. So they have to pick up 3 games on San Antonio with 4 games left, right?
God.
Good night now, right?
Yes.
Thanks for coming. Good night now.
You can play all the what-if games you want, Anthony Davis, but you're never available.
What did Anthony Davis say? Because he did play yesterday.
Yeah, he was just talking about what could have been, the what ifs. There ain't no what ifs. We know that you're never on the floor.
How can he run his mouth? I mean, with all due respect, how can
he said, quote, I think the biggest thing that I think about personally is what could have been had we stayed healthy all year.
Yeah, it's what if?
That's going to be the story of your career, Anthony Davis. I'm sorry. What if?
Well,
what could have been? You got a championship? Ain't no one respect you, bro. You made a balsa wood.
So he's 29 years old. He's got how much left on his contract? Because I'm just going to tell you.
Enough.
No matter how splintery that balsa wood is, when he's up, someone's going to throw a lot of money to pay him to sit on their bench, with the thought that somehow he's going to be resilient physically, be able to play, that now he's repaired, and his feet, his ankle, his leg, his head. He has talent. That's why he's making, what is it?
Scored 28 points, had 9 rebounds, 8 assists.
That's awesome.
His 10-year career, he has had over 50 injuries.
Is that right?
He's missed 23% of regular season games.
Which is why the Lakers will be able to trade him this offseason.
They will.
100%. Even with those question marks, if you're a team, say, Portland Trailblazers,
yep,
that might be trading Damian Lillard.
Yep.
Ooh.
You're like, well, if I have to get rid of Damian Lillard, I'll take 2 years of Anthony Davis.
You think it's Lillard and LeBron next year?
Possibility.
Where's Westbrook? Somewhere.
Whatever dump they can send him to take on his contract.
Somewhere. So a quarter of his games.
Yeah. Over a 10-year period.
What if you miss a quarter of your work? I mean, a quarter.
That's crazy.
It is kind of crazy, isn't it?
It's because he has elite skills.
He does have elite skills. There's no arguing that. In fact, when the Lakers signed him, I thought he was one of the top 4 players in basketball. And wow, they've got him and LeBron. Like, this is going to be an unstoppable train.
He was.
Do you still consider him that? Or
no.
I mean, when you name me the top 10 players in the league, you don't even think him, do you?
Not anymore.
I mean,
it's out of sight, out of mind with Anthony Davis.
If you were going to say top 10 in the league right now, in whatever order you would say, you would tell me Steph and Luka and Lillard, and probably still throw LeBron in there, and Booker and Kevin Durant and Giannis. I didn't even look at the East. Right, this is where I was going to the East next. Right, and Jokic. Like he doesn't come up, and he might not even tickle your top 20 if you told me top 20. Right? Gobert and Mitchell and what?
We're going to talk about some collapses and get to the Utah Jazz.
That's a whole other story. No, I understand.
Or at least they'll be in the playoffs.
Is Zion going to be in the same category?
So here's the thing. Zion would be lucky if he had Anthony Davis's career.
Wow. So you're saying because Anthony Davis at least gave you a couple of years before he started down this injury path, Zion.
And the one thing, at least Anthony Davis, like that dude took the Pelicans to the playoffs.
Okay.
Like I'll give you a 2 thumbs up for that. And they went out first round. It was like a 1-8 matchup. They had to play the Warriors. But it's like he gave that franchise something. And then he had the bubble year with LeBron, got a title.
Okay.
Zion would be lucky to have that career.
That's insane to say that. Because you think Zion's got so much in front of him. He didn't play it all this year, did he? He didn't play one game. How much did he make this year?
A lot of money.
How much did AD make to play? I got to go look. Anthony Davis played, if there were 82 games this year, what would you say he played, 20? 25?
44 million?
Zion did?
Davis has missed 39 of LA's 78 games.
Signed a 4-year, $44 million contract.
That was Zion?
Yeah.
4 years, $44 million? All right. So you're telling me Davis missed how many games?
He's missed 39 of 78.
So that's half, right? What's 39 and 39? 78, isn't it? It's exactly half. Is it not? Am I missing something? 39 and 39 is 78. Anthony Davis makes this year 35. I mean, this is where, wouldn't it kill you as an owner? Like you're paying a guy $35 million, and I know he's hurt. At least I think I know he's hurt.
Well, we saw his ankle.
Yeah, that one's
turned the wrong direction.
But that's why the Lakers, I mean, they put $35 million into him, 44 into Westbrook, and 41 into LeBron. Now, LeBron performed. LeBron did everything he could. But you had 44, what did I tell you, and 35? Holy smokes.
It's a lot of cash.
I mean, that's $80 million between those two.
Woo!
1 year.
To miss the play-in tournament.
To miss the play-in.
Not even the playoffs, the play-in tournament.
Play-in?
Which, by the way...
Play-in?
By the way... Can we be done with the play-in tournament, please?
LJ, we'll have this conversation, too. Yes, please. LJ Hatch next. Isotopes get ready to start tomorrow. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
What is it about minor league?
Are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at Car Crafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
is a proud supporter.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bond.
Well, I tell you, it is one of the greatest sports weeks of the year, and you kind of go, "What do you mean, man? It's the Super Bowl. It's not." No. We get women's final yesterday, men's NCAA final, wrapping up the Final Four today. The Masters starts on Thursday. You might get Tiger Woods. Isotopes baseball starts tomorrow. Major League Baseball is going to be back, and you're going, "Oh yeah, it kind of is really cool, isn't it?" Oh, and the wind's blowing and you're sneezing, and so that means you're going to get to play golf soon. It's the opening drive. Good morning to you, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Amory's producing on the radio side. We're going to talk some baseball here. Efforting LJ Hatch, the former Aggie infielder, and now he'll start the season with the Albuquerque Isotopes. You excited for baseball? You excited to go out and just go out and just buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks kind of a thing?
I love going to baseball games.
Right?
I am the person that all these sports leagues never have to worry about.
Right.
When you have your lockouts, you have all the messy things that are going on, you're not going to lose me.
Yeah, I'm back too. And minor league baseball really didn't do anything here. And so this isn't on the Isotopes. But I talk to people, and this is kind of a yearly conversation. Amory, when I hear that the younger generation is, well, they're losing baseball, every younger, and I say younger, I mean, give me the demo that you think. I mean, Addie loves going to baseball games. I would consider her at 15, almost 16, younger, wouldn't you?
Yeah, my nephews and nieces, everyone, even people who don't like sports like going to baseball games.
We always look for a reason. Well, why? Ratings are down. Ratings are down for almost everything. Almost everything. Because there's just so much, and this is an old, tired conversation in some respects. Well, we'll freshen it up for you. But we all know you got more choices. You got your YouTube, you got your phone, you got your whatever, right? And attention spans are down. And is baseball broken? I hear we need a pitch clock. They got to speed it up. They got to start a runner at second base. We can't have a designated hitter.
No.
Am I just too old school that baseball? I don't think baseball's broken.
It is not broken. It is a beautiful game that needs to be appreciated.
Do you think baseball's broken?
I have no problem with wanting to find a more consistent flow in the game with a pitch clock, and I don't need to see a dude after every pitch step out and readjust his batting gloves.
Yeah, and adjust his cup.
Yeah.
So I'll give you this. And Josh Sushan, the voice of the Albuquerque Isotopes, was in here last week, and we had these conversations. I do agree that we need to see baseball that's got more than just the home run and the strikeout, right? And as much as chicks may dig the long ball, I think that you've got to get back to the game where it's not just strikeouts and home runs. And you're going to say, well, Jeff, it's not. Well, you're right. But it's overwhelmingly become that way in some levels, and certainly at the big leagues. The beauty of the game is it's a thinking game, right? And for those who appreciate baseball, those who love baseball, you love the strategy, don't you? That's why I told you I hate the designated hitter in the National League. But it feels like I don't know. I don't talk to a lot of people who are just, baseball sucks and I'm bored with it. I don't. Maybe that's just my circles.
Yeah, I think that's a little overblown. The baseball sucks, it's dead narrative. I think that with anything, you are looking at ways to, I wouldn't say modernize, but just keep a consistency, keep a flow, keep it going. And I do think that that's fine with baseball. I don't think, shortening the game from 3 hours, 20 minutes to 3 hours and 8 minutes makes a dramatic impact on anyone.
Right.
But in terms of what you're talking about and what you want to see happen, I just think just finding a nice rhythm in a game, much like you just don't want to see home runs and strikeouts, but having just this delay where like one batter can just
it's a human rain delay.
Just
do you guys like going to baseball games where it's more casual, it's more social, or do you like going to, let's just say, a little basketball game or a football game where you got to pay attention to every play because everything seems so important? And I think both is the answer to me.
I'm with you.
Both, right?
Yes.
I just like a live sporting event.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
They're just different experiences. And baseball is so perfect. Summer, outdoors, chill, beer, catch up with your buddies. Hey, what's up? Haven't seen you since pre-COVID, right? The COVID. Yeah. Wayne, good morning to you. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, guys. I agree with you. I think America's pastime has definitely passed its time, but I think people like the nostalgia of it, and that's why they don't make a lot of changes. Unlike the NFL, I think the NFL sometimes makes it too much changes and adapts too much. So I think sometimes there definitely has to be like a good balance between that. But I do agree with JJ. I think they need to change some stuff up. What I've always been saying that what I think would be fun, I know they would never do it, but I think they would make, if they made every ball live, so even a fly ball, when you catch it, they still have to throw it in to get them out. And I think that would be fun and entertaining to watch because a lot of times they'll hit that fly ball and they kind of just wait there for a minute to see if the other team's going to catch it. And if they have to still run to every base and still have to try to get them out, that in itself would be very entertaining to watch. But
Wait. What do you mean? So fly ball to left, it's a live ball? If it catches it,
Yeah, then even if they catch it, the catch is not considered as the out. They would have to get them and throw it to base before they get to base to get them out, just like a normal out would be if it was a ground ball. So I think even fly balls should be treated as ground balls.
Whoa.
So not just standing there waiting to get the ball. I think that would be entertaining to watch.
Yeah, but we're talking about that game would go on forever because a fly ball to left, how are you getting a guy out at first base?
But that's my point. I think there'd be more runs and going on. It'd be harder. Definitely people would try to get it to them.
All right.
But you're right. I think it'd be. I mean, there would have to be a little more strategy. Have like a guy more in the middle to throw to the other base. I think. I'm not saying I thought the whole logistics of it, but I think definitely doing something like that would be entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
But either way, I think you're right. I think that when there's finality and people kind of have to pay attention to a lot of the things, I think that's what makes it entertaining when there is.
Right.
I think that's why the NCAA did that. I mean, the reason why people pay attention too much to basketball is because there's a finality to it. But
all right, I'm going to get our guest on, and I appreciate it, Wayne. Thanks. Appreciate you. All right. Wow, I never heard that one. Fly ball left.
Never ran a baseball game.
We never ran a baseball game. LJ Hatch is a fielder, former New Mexico State Aggie, and starting the season.
Must be a real baseball player now.
With the Isotopes. He joins us this morning. What do you think of that? Fly ball to left field, it's not an out. You got to throw him out at first base. I mean, I don't know. How are you, LJ?
I'm good. How are you? Yeah, that was definitely interesting to say the least.
Boy, that would change the game completely. All right.
It'd be a little tough.
Baseball as we know it. You ready to go? You ready to get on the bus and go to Oklahoma and get started?
Oh, 100%. Everybody, got to know everybody in spring training and got to grow some relationships with our teammates. And we're just excited to depart and head out to OKC and start our 2022 season.
How much of an idea can you get? Spring training and a couple of workouts, what kind of team you got? I've never heard anybody tell me early in the season before it starts, hey, we're not that good. We're not going to compete. And I'm not looking for you to say, hey, we're going to win the whole thing. But at what point can you tell what kind of a team you got?
Probably about halfway because it's kind of hard to see everybody. Everybody play, see what they've got, see what they bring to the table. And then, once you see that list of guys that are coming here, you really start to form an idea of what your team's going to be like. And, we've got a lot of talent. We've got some veterans sprinkled in there, too, that, I think we're going to have a pretty good squad. And we're going to be tough to beat when we're at our best.
Well, LJ, for you, Oklahoma City has some pretty good memories. You hit your first career AAA home run there, and I know you had a lot of family and friends in attendance. What was that moment like for you?
It was pretty amazing. It kind of hit me there. Didn't really expect that. Like you said, it was my first one, so it was pretty. God, what can I don't really know if I have words to describe it, obviously. But yeah, just being able to do that in front of my family and, see them react the way they did, it was pretty heartwarming. And made all the tough times, worth it throughout this whole journey, and looking forward to many more of those as I keep going.
Ice Hopes infielder LJ Hatch joining us on the opening drive. And LJ, you've been someone that, even in your short minor league career so far, wherever you've been asked to go, you've stepped up, put your head down, gone to work, say, hey, we need an infielder, AA, single A, triple A, wherever you've been. What's the journey been like for you so far to this point?
It's been kind of a roller coaster, if you will. Been a lot of fun. I've met a lot of great people, a lot of great ball players, a lot of great coaches. But yeah, it's not the easiest job in the world when it comes to baseball. But the Rockies signed me in 2017 because they know that I was athletic and I can possibly do a lot of good things for the organization, and they trust me to go wherever they need me and step up and help the ball club, and I take pride in that, and I do what I can to help the organization, because at the end of the day they didn't have to take a chance on me, especially being undrafted. So it's kind of like the least I could do.
Yeah, LJ Hatch is with us on the opening drive this morning. People think it's glamorous. Everybody, well, not everybody, a lot of us kids growing up playing baseball wanted to play professional baseball. And, I'll do whatever, I'll go wherever. You leave spring training, they send you to Spokane, Washington, and you play in the Northwest League, and then I'm going to guess you get a day, a few hours. Hey, pack up your stuff, you're going to Hartford, cross coast, then pack up your stuff, you're going to Albuquerque. Talk about those days when you get the call, hey, you're needed in Hartford tomorrow, you got to play shortstop, you got to play third base in Albuquerque tomorrow, and picking up your life and just moving on a dime.
Yeah, it's always unexpected. Like you said, I got the call in Spokane. I was actually playing golf.
It's good courses
so
up there. You were in Coeur d'Alene?
My round, I think.
Were you in Coeur d'Alene? Did you play that course? Well, hopefully you took advantage of Coeur d'Alene while you were in Spokane.
No, I actually wasn't able to get up there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. There's good courses in Spokane, though.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But yeah, like it's always unexpected. A lot of times it's when you're, or at least for me, a few times it's been when I've kind of been struggling, and it's a little bit harder to go to the ballpark and put that work in, because you're struggling at the time, like everybody has during a long season like this. I come into the clubhouse after a bad game or something, I'm a little upset, and manager calls me in, and he's like, hey, you're going to Albuquerque, and I was like, oh, okay. It's pretty weird how it happens, but it's always unexpected, and
what do you get? You get like a few hours to go pack up your apartment.
Chaotic.
You get a few hours, pack up your apartment, get all your stuff together, and show up and play in another city tomorrow. Right?
Yep. Yeah. You get all your baseball stuff packed up. You head home, take all your you pack up all your stuff, and then you leave on the first flight out the next morning.
Yeah, it's good times, man. It's glamorous. It's glamour living. Hey, an Aggie in Lobo country. Have you been received up here? You played at New Mexico State, and obviously Albuquerque. The rivalry's been good the last couple of years. Have you noticed anything from fans? Do you get anything while you're playing up here from Lobo fans or Aggie fans who are loving on you?
I always receive a text from a few of my teammates from New Mexico State when I come up here, and they always try to make it out to see a game, and but really I haven't really seen that much, I would say, I guess, hostile Lobo fans, because at the end of the day I'm here playing for the Isotopes, and that's their team as well. But yeah, I've been received well here. Actually, I've grown to love this city a little bit, and it's hidden gems. But all the people, everybody, like the New Mexican people are always good people and very generous. And yeah, I can't really remember anybody.
Well, LJ, before we let you go, I know you're playing that game like, hey, love to be here and everything, but let's stir the pot a little bit. Do you have anything to say about New Mexico State basketball and what you saw Chris Jans and the guys do to get to the second round this year?
You know, a lot of pride came through. You know, obviously being there for 2 years, seeing, you know, not really the struggle because, you know, Pascal Siakam was there, and
Those are good
obviously a great NBA player right now. But, you know, they've always had good players in every sport that they have. And, you know, it's hard to get over that hump between being a middle-of-the-pack Division I school and, you know, getting to where they need to be. So I was pretty proud to see that happen for them, because I know they've gone through coaching changes, and you know, they've always been real good. The basketball players have always been real good to the baseball. You know, everybody's been real good to each other, and you know, it's nice to see a little bit of growth throughout that athletic
You
department.
always have pride, man. Hey, safe travels. Have a great season. Appreciate you spending some time with us this morning. We'll catch up with you as the season goes on. But good luck on getting a good start in Oklahoma, and we'll see you when you get home.
All righty.
All right, be
Thanks a
well.
lot.
See you. LJ Hatch, Isotopes infielder. They get started tomorrow right here on the Sports Animal. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sometimes it feels
ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at Car Crafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small.
Second round USL teams. We'll jump in there, and this is a matchup against an NPSL team, which is kind of similar to like the PDL, but there's no age limits on this. So you can get college players, you can get older guys that might have some professional experience, just looking to try to keep it going, and that's what we'll get in town tomorrow night.
And they'll play this at the UNM Soccer Complex, not at Isotopes Park. This will be a 7:30 match tomorrow night out at the University of New Mexico Soccer Complex. And so Zach Prince, the head coach, technical director of your undefeated New Mexico United, will be with us coming up at 8:30 this morning. Just kind of recapping on LJ. So I always, you talk to minor leaguers, any baseball player. JJ, I think we all wanted to play pro ball when we were growing up, right? Whatever your game was, if it was hoops, whatever. But the life of a minor league player, it's not glamour, man. You know, they're getting on a bus and driving to Oklahoma City today. In the Northwest League, when he was in Spokane, driving to Tri-City and driving to Eugene and driving to Everett and staying, you're not staying in your 5-star hotels, and then you get a call, scram, you're going to Hartford.
Yeah, it's far from glamorous, and that's why during the lockout, there were actually some things that they were trying to do to up minor league salaries, help these guys out. There's sometimes you can get housing depending on the organization and kind of what money comes down from the top. Because you'll hear stories like there's dudes that there's like 6 of them to an apartment in some of these minor league cities just trying to survive when you're playing single-A baseball.
Makes for good stories later in life, but not while you're
not in the moment.
Not in the moment. All right, North Carolina will play Kansas tonight. The Duke game was over the weekend. Adolf wants to talk about Carolina and Duke from last weekend. Hello, Adolf.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Was everybody hoping for a storybook magical ending for Duke?
Yep.
Well, personally, I was not. Carolina's last 2 wins over Duke and ending their run and saying farewell to Coach K was mighty sweet. Now, this essentially amounts to bragging rights for UNC for the next 50 years. By the way, I don't know if you noticed this, but Coach K and only one other Duke player had the decency to shake Coach Davis's hand and also the Carolina players' hands. The rest of the Duke players simply walked off the court without even bothering.
Let me get on this because somebody hit me with this yesterday. What do you want a guy to do? Am I supposed to sit around and watch you dance around on the floor for I don't know 4 minutes, and I got to stand there and wait to shake your hand? I'm kind of over the handshake line thing, and I'm not going to burn them on that because if you watch the Carolina guys, they're all out hugging each other in the middle of the floor for 3 minutes. Am I supposed to stand there and just wait for them and eat that stuff? Honestly.
Yes.
Really?
Okay. Yes.
All right.
Absolutely. I can't tell you how angry I became in the courtroom over 25 years, okay?
Yeah.
Did I take that out on the other attorney? When it's over,
You shake their hand.
shake hands and say,
run into the
"You
corner.
better believe it."
Did the other attorney go and take 3, 4, 5 minutes to go? I don't know. I mean, there's. I want to have this conversation later because it feels like if you want to shake hands, let's go shake hands, right? Come shake hands and go do your celebrating. I
have fought tooth and nail in that courtroom. Okay, but when it's over,
yeah,
you shake the hands of opposing counsel and you tell them good job, and you wait for that verdict or that decision
I don't
from the
have a problem
judge.
with that. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
But should they have stayed? You betcha. There's a right way and there's a wrong way. And what they did, wrong way. I'm out.
All right. Thanks, Adolph. I want to get in on that because I believe in the handshake line. Okay, I'm not ready to get rid of it yet. I really am not. But for crying out loud, like my season just ended in a tough game. All right, let's shake hands and let me go. I got to stand on that floor and eat that and then come shake my hand and so I can go, as opposed to dancing around for 4 or 5 minutes doing the interviews and then I'm supposed to shake your hand. Like I agree in the handshake line. How come Carolina didn't come over and shake their hands first? How long are they supposed to wait? Until their hands are shaken? Like at some point, who didn't shake whose hands? Am I wrong on this?
You're not wrong.
All right, I want this conversation later. Coming up next, Zach Prince is going to be with us. He's the head coach, technical director of New Mexico United. They're going to start their U.S. Open Cup. But this was on my topic sheet for today, and I want to get there. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This message is brought to you by Blake Slaughterburger. Fish is back.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs.
We're referencing Zach Prince, and we'll talk United. I just watched the video again of the Carolina Duke thing. And I don't get a good feel. So I was watching it as soon as the game ended. I walked back into the event on Saturday. We were at a gala, so I didn't see it live. And I see Krzyzewski and one other player, maybe 2 other players there, shaking everybody's hands. Let me be clear. I firmly believe you should in the handshake line. I don't think we need to get rid of it. But how long do you have to wait? JJ, how long was that celebrated? Like, guys are playing, after every game you kind of jump out and you win. You don't go straight to the line, right?
So it kind of depends on the magnitude of the game.
Well, and this was a pretty big magnitude game.
Like first, second round games, you pretty much go right to the handshake line.
Okay.
Depending on if it's like a buzzer beater.
I mean, not if St. Peter's wins and they go mob the court and then, oh, yeah, we got to go to the line. Like, this is really the line isn't as defined as I think people want to tell me it is. Is it okay to go out on the court and celebrate with your teammates, and then how quickly do you have to get in line to shake the other guy's hands? How long do the other guys have to sit around and watch? This particular one, I'm not sure I have a feel how long Carolina celebrated.
A couple minutes.
Did the Duke guys just go straight to the locker room?
Some did.
All right, and then I'll tell you, the Nadov's got a point. I do believe after a game like that, you should stick around for a minute and shake their hand. I do. But how long do I have to sit and wait? Because, I mean, I watch these games, and they're very disjointed handshake lines. You got another team coming on, media mob in the court. I mean, it's chaotic. But how long do I got to sit around? You just beat me. My rival, my coach's career's over. The season's over. It's the Final Four. You're celebrating, and I get why you're celebrating. I'm not mad at you. But at some point, can I go now and stop having the camera shine me and make me a meme while I'm crying? Or I got to stand there as long as it takes?
I don't have a problem with what happened at Duke, North Carolina. They go on the court for whatever is 90 seconds.
Is that what it was?
2 minutes. Who knows what it was. The coaches usually walk straight to each other.
Yes.
Do the handshakes. I appreciate Coach K sticking around.
He waited for every player.
I think that's the most important thing. The other players.
I think that's right.
I think there were maybe a couple that stuck around, but in that moment, they probably shook hands after the other 2 games they played this year. So in that moment, I'm not going to sit here and blast those players for walking off and missing that handshake line.
Jay Williams is a national voice now, former Duke great. And he said, he was embarrassed. He's confused. He was upset that his team skipped the handshake line. Look, would it have been as big of a deal if it was Duke against Connecticut, Kentucky, UCLA, Washington State, San Diego State, New Mexico? Anybody, or is it as big deal because it's against Carolina?
It's magnified.
Okay. I guess the question is, do you have to just wait as long as it takes? And Adolf says, absolutely. Adolf scared the bleep out of me, by the way, when he got mad. I could see him in the courtroom. Yeah, no, he's like, there's no gray area in his mind. Absolutely, you wait and you shake their hand. And he didn't say this, but what I got from that is, as long as it takes for them to be done celebrating, you stand there and you shake their hand. And you tell, and okay, I hear that. Is there an onus on the winning team to at some point, hug each other, go out there, and then get in line?
They did.
They did at some point, yeah.
And this is also one that it's easy to say when you're not in that moment.
I know.
It is easy to say when you're not in that moment. And to Adolph's point, he said, I sit there, shook your hand, then waited for the verdict. Okay, it's a little different when you just got everything going on.
I missed that part.
Yeah. When, boom, end of game, you go celebrate. Like, I don't look at this as, like, total disrespect from Duke. It's like, it's in the moment, man. And if this is what gets people going, like, slow down.
So let me ask you this.
This wasn't, Juwan Howard going after someone in the handshake line. It was just a few players went to the locker room and their season was over. North Carolina's not sitting there going, oh, we were disrespected. Like, they just beat you. They got the trump card. Coach K shook their hands. They shook Coach K's hands. And you're on with your night.
What about they all left their coach out there? Does it matter? I'm reading some of the social media stuff where I can't believe they left Krzyzewski out there. Krzyzewski's a big boy. Yeah. He can handle himself. As a Carolina fan,
that's the last thing that was on his mind.
As a Carolina fan, do you have a little more respect for Krzyzewski? I know you hate him. I know you despise him. But I think you respect him. Like, Rams fan growing up, I didn't like Joe Montana. I didn't root for him, but I sure as hell respected Joe Montana, right? Does Carolina fan at least respect, if you're making a big deal about all the players who marched off, do you at least respect Krzyzewski and the one player who stood out there and shook their hands? Do you get a little bit more for him?
See, yes. And I think that to me, that was the most important thing. Coach K's final game, that they were able to have kind of that moment acknowledging him. But you saw, even when they're going through the handshake line, man, it is just boom, boom, boom.
Well, him and Hubert pretty much did a drive-by.
Yeah,
there were very
drive-by
words
for everyone.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're sitting there forever. So I can understand why people would say, just wait, take it, do the handshake line.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's different things. It's like, I don't know if UConn did a handshake line last night. Are you losing your mind over that? Like, there's
So you brought up a really good point with this, all right?
Like, different games have different endings. Like, they're not handing you a Final Four trophy, but you're going to the championship game. You're reacting differently for that game than your first round
especially
win.
That one. Especially that one. Especially against
beating Duke into the championship game. You're celebrating.
Look, I don't know what the time limit should be. I don't know what the answer is. And the answer isn't eliminate the handshake line. To me, it's not. And I know to some of you it is. And you say, look, they watch the handshake line. Look, I watched girls high school lacrosse this weekend, and after both those games, and they're good game. They're high fiving. I mean, does it mean anything? You know what it means? It means sportsmanship. It means I respect you. It means we just went at each other, and we can be civil. And there is something to that. And I know there's plenty of you are out there saying hooey, or you're not saying hooey. You're saying BS and bleep you, and that's fine. I'm gonna stay a little old school on this. I think you're with me on this one.
I think yes.
But there is a line. How long do I have to sit there and watch them celebrate and just wallow in this? And or is that just that's part of it, man? You competed, you lost, they celebrate and wait for them.
And how many handshake lines have we talked about from? Or how many handshake lines have there been that we haven't talked about?
Like 99.9999%.
blow up over these moments.
Yes.
It's like 1 out of 1,100 since.
So that's what I tell you.
It's like no. It's like people have emotions. I don't think I don't look at this and goes, those Duke players have no respect. They're so disrespectful. Like, a few of them walked off after they shook hands after every game. Like, it was one moment where I don't think society is broken or those players don't have respect for their opponent.
Yeah, I need better
Like, calm
perspective on
down.
this, and I want to go back and watch the whole thing, and I don't even know if it's going to show me. How long was it, and did they just, as soon as the game ended, did they just immediately walk to the locker room? And if that, then I'll feel a little bit differently. If they didn't sit around and wait for, a little bit and finally said, man, I'm done watching these guys dance, because I can get that. It's like, when you watch baseball and a team loses in the World Series or they lose in the ALCS, and the losing team just, there's like, most guys are grabbing their stuff and going to the locker room, and there's like 5 guys sitting there just staring, watching the other team celebrate, right? There's different ways to react. Everybody's got a different mechanism. Some guys, I don't want to watch this crap, and the other guys, I want to watch this because I want to know how much it hurts, right? And everybody's got their own way. Obviously, the Duke guys didn't have it in them. I think they should have shaken hands, okay? But I've got to get a better perspective on how long this was, Amory. You know what I'm saying? How long am I supposed to stand there and wait for you to come shake my hand? I don't know. Is there a time limit? All right, 2 minutes is up. You guys are dismissed. They didn't shake your hand. Like, I'm not looking to formalize this thing. All I'm saying is there is a little bit of two sides on this one. That's all. But I'll agree with Adolph's premise.
I'm pro handshake line, but also moments like this, I don't look down on Duke players. Like, I don't think this is one where I'm going to say, oh, you're disrespecting the game, how dare you. Happens. Sure, they shook hands after the other games, but this one,
they did.
A little different ending.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Get home summer ready. What does that mean? Spring into summer with new space. Get an updated kitchen, new patio, a pool, a whole new look. Kirtland Federal Credit Union has the tools you need to get it done. They'll help you solve all your financial goals. You want to improve your home? Get that outdoor kitchen or improve your home in any way? Turn the value of your home into cash. You can use it for home improvements, upgrades, and more. If you're looking for a new home, you can choose from a wide variety of mortgage programs. Partner with a team of friendly and knowledgeable mortgage experts at Kirtland Federal Credit Union. Want a new car? At least new to you? Competitive rates, unbeatable service. Kirtland Federal Credit Union will help you drive away in the vehicle you want with payments you can live with. And if you're planning for retirement, investing for retirement starts with Kirtland Financial Services. Talk to an advisor today. Start walking the path to a confident future. It's banking made easy. You'll save time and money with free tools from Kirtland Federal Credit Union because banking should be easy. Stop in any branch today or visit them online and learn all about what they can do for you. Kirtland Federal Credit Union's website is kirtlandfcu.org. That's kirtlandfcu.org. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is equal opportunity lender. Membership eligibility required. See a membership representative for complete details.
Including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. clarkspets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at Car Crafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Cheese is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
And you nailed it. Line is too formal. Should be natural sportsmanship. I think that's right. Has there been more talk about handshake lines in the last 3-4 weeks than ever? Like period, ever?
There's been stuff that went down in the handshake lines, though.
Yeah.
With the slap.
Yeah, but my
Face grab.
Face grab.
Right, but I mean, we've been doing the handshake line for, I don't know, 100 years?
So I've been trying to read other sources, and they're saying, I guess the assistant coach for UNC was upset that before the game, the Duke assistant coach was mad at the UNC for not shaking their hands before the game. There's a lot of underlying stories.
What did you tell me? You told me that there was a Duke coach that didn't shake. We got handshake drama?
Handshake drama, and UNC didn't do anything for Coach K, and everyone else acknowledged his retirement, did stuff for him.
Well, I know
UNC
that's
didn't.
real, right? That's real.
Yeah, they're
there
rivals,
is that.
man.
But I mean, again, can you do a blow by and shake hand, or is there ever an instance for, because okay, this is a handshake line is basically showing respect for your opponent, right?
Right.
Okay, is it okay to say I don't respect those bleeps? Like I ain't shaking their hand. I don't respect them. I'm not going through this formality because flat out I don't respect them. Why don't you respect them? Because they didn't do anything for Coach K, and they didn't. Is that acceptable? If that's now, I haven't heard that, but is there an instance where it's acceptable to say, you know what, bleep you in your sportsmanship. I don't respect those guys, and I'm not going to shake their hand.
They shook hands twice this season.
They did.
That was a moment where UNC is celebrating. They ran onto the court. As you said, it took them. It wasn't
How
5,
long did it take?
10 minutes. But this is like an instant where if this is the moment you decide to
it's like
walk off,
2 minutes,
your
3
season's
minutes.
over. Because it's a show anyway. But you're saying it's a show of respect. Like you're not sitting there going, like talking to these guys for 10 or 15 seconds.
Yeah.
It's a blow by. Like it happens. Like I don't know. I'm not up in arms about this one.
Yeah, I'm really, really on the fence, and I don't want to be. You know, at first, and I don't know what the time limit is, man. Is it a minute and a half? I mean,
because I don't think. All right, the UNC players didn't care.
Let me ask you
like
this:
the fans care about this more than the players.
100%.
It's drama.
100%. So let me ask you this: Duke guys are getting all the crap for walking off the floor. So is it 100% on them to wait? Or is there any sort of responsibility on, in this case, the Carolina fans, but in broader cases, the team who wins, to go to the handshake line in a timely fashion? I don't know what that means, okay? But not.
Did all those Carolina fans wait around to shake the Duke fans' hands after the game?
Yeah. And some Duke players did shake hands, though. Just some of them went to the locker room. There's one or two, I think.
And Krzyzewski, and to his credit, man, and
I think that's what matters there. Coach K going up to him, final handshake, on his way out.
And again, it was a blow by. You know,
it was a blow by for everyone.
I'll tell you this: you want to be critical, and I'm not looking to be, but I know that everybody's critical of the guys who didn't. I mean, you would almost think that Hubert Davis would have had some sort of words to Krzyzewski in that moment out of respect. And it was just later, hey, good game. Like I don't know, was that the appropriate time to say I got unbelievable respect for, or maybe he doesn't. And who knows, great career.
Probably, what if he did it the first time?
Maybe he did. That's what I'm saying.
They met up.
I don't know.
Pre-game. In the tunnel somewhere.
Maybe they did. I don't know that he owes it.
Maybe they don't even like each other.
And there's a real good chance of that too. There's a real good chance of that too. And do I have to be fake and pretend I like you and respect you? You got to respect that guy.
I think we saw plenty of sportsmanship in what was an incredible game. And a couple Duke players walking off because the handshake line doesn't take that away from me. It is really interesting how we do have this double standard. Like, as fans, we can do whatever the heck we want. We can curse you out. We can say how much we hate you. We can say how much you suck.
No doubt.
But when they don't go shake the hands of the players that I just was saying were terrible and suck and hate you, well, then we got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. I'm interested in what you think. I've never talked, I don't want to think at all about the handshake line. I've been doing this for a long time.
Not a game.
Jeez.
Not an unbelievable
And it was an
game.
incredible game. Why are we talking about the handshakes?
But I mean, over the last couple of weeks. What was the one that blew this whole thing up? There was a fight with
Michigan and Wisconsin.
Oh, it was Juwan Howard.
Yeah.
And it was the coach who went at it. Look, I've been doing this for a long time. I've watched handshake lines. I've been in handshake lines. Anybody who's played the game, right? You did after every game. Did you get in a handshake line?
Of course.
You ever have an issue with it?
Oh, yeah. Because
you did have issues?
Well, no, I'm saying with myself, like when I was mad if we lost.
But you did it.
Oh, of course I did it.
Good game. And you probably, the girl you went up against all day, you probably gave her a little extra hug or something. Maybe.
At the end of the day, it's not the team, it's myself who lost. Let's, it's tough.
All right, we move Zach Prince to when, 9:15? That's the head coach, technical director of New Mexico United. They'll open U.S. Open play against Las Vegas, but not the Lights, on, tomorrow out at UNM Soccer Complex. So we'll talk with him at 9:15. What are your thoughts, man? And you get a final tonight, by the way. Kansas and Carolina. Could be really good.
Yeah, let's care about that.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of
The Sports Animal.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Buck.
Well, we got one national champion last night. We get another one today. You'll hear it on the Sports Animal. Kansas and Carolina go at each other. Maybe they'll shake hands. Maybe they won't, man. But I'll bet that line will be scrutinized when it's all said and done.
Oh, goodness.
Good morning to you. Happy Monday. 'Tis your opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Glad you're with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal, as well as ProView Networks, watching the show there. You get Kansas and Carolina after a beautiful, beautiful Carolina Duke game on.
Did anyone watch the game, actually, or just the handshake line?
Great
I haven't
game.
heard anything on the game itself.
Jeez.
Which was just fantastic. And, yeah, there's some whistles at the end there.
Free throws.
Gotta going against the Dukies. Free throws.
They're free, bro. Free throws.
12 of 20 were the Blue Devils. 17 of 24.
12 of 20.
Blue Devils.
There's
could
so many
not hit a
teams.
three-point shot.
There's so many teams sitting at home that were ousted and are just sitting and looking back and saying, "What about free throws?" I think of Creighton. I think of San Diego State. San Diego State especially. I think of Baylor. I think go back through this tournament and watch the end of games.
Purdue free throws.
Purdue. Yeah, just go back through it, man. There were so many games. And that's what it is. They're free. All right, NBA playoffs are going to start. We'll have Zach Prince, New Mexico United head coach, technical director, going to be with us at 9:15 as the U.S. Open Cup gets ready to start.
Coach K's legacy.
Yeah.
Outside of the handshake line. So North Carolina handed Coach K his first and last losses as a head coach.
Was that right?
Yes.
His
is
first ever?
incredible.
42 years ago?
His first loss. Who knows what the schedule looked like, because it was like the second game that they played.
Wow. All right. I didn't know.
Came against North Carolina. His last loss came against North Carolina. That's not the fairy tale ending, but that definitely is a great ending just because it's North Carolina and Duke. I believe that now it's, I don't know if it was overall or just Coach K's 50-50.
So I want to say going in, I knew it was 51-49, or 50-49. It was
that
one
Coach
game.
K's record
Against Carolina?
Against Carolina?
Yeah, I think that's right.
So he's 50-50 overall against North Carolina, and they handed him his first and last loss.
Is he going to pull a Tom Brady?
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Oh.
No, it's
That's
unbelievable.
so crazy.
It's unbelievably beautiful.
It's got to go be crazy to go on a loss against your rival.
No, it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's got to suck. But the fact that that's how that whole thing ended, and that there were 50-50 overall, it's insane, to be honest with you. And that game was just, it was fantastic. By the way, did you watch Kansas play Villanova?
Yeah.
Did anybody watch that? Then there was that. Then there was that.
I struggled. They almost caught up. They were in with 5. They just couldn't get ahead.
That wasn't all just not having Justin Moore.
That was crazy.
Like Nova just didn't have.
And Kansas could not miss a 3, man.
You know what I haven't checked today, and I probably need to? What do you think tickets are with Krzyzewski out?
Oh boy.
Probably more affordable.
You think so?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
not 67. What was it, 67,000?
No, they were like 30,000. So, all right, for tonight's game, let's see. I'm looking at Ticket City now. All right. By the way, you can sit upstairs for $27 tonight.
Let's go.
Should
we go?
$27. That's
$27.
I'm in.
All right, what a difference. Now, granted, the numbers I was giving you the other day were for 3 games. Mid-court, anywhere from 3,400 to 40,000, which is crazy. But you can get a good seat, red level. That's $13,000. But I'm looking right now. If you want tickets, you can get in for $27. All the way upstairs, level 6, section 609, which is in the corner. I don't know what you're going to see up there. But yeah, they've gone down a lot. Now they're still expensive. You can get you blue level 5 tickets for $195 a piece. That's beautiful. That's the way to go, JJ. The blue level corner, $279. We can get 2 in section 331 right now. You want them? We can go. I think that's where I sat for the national championship, right in that area. But now, if Krzyzewski was in this game,
we'd
whole nother story. Whole nother story. All right, Bill's in on the email to Tony on the phone with Jim Nance. I think we're going to see him, Jim. I think the big cat is going to play. He thinks Tiger's playing this weekend. I think we all are kind of there at this point, aren't we? I mean, don't we all? Now you're going to be disappointed if he doesn't.
Like I said, I'll be disappointed, but I'm not mad at him.
A week ago, I'm thinking there's no way. Tiger's not playing. Now I think we're going to be disappointed if he doesn't play. Right?
Yes. The build-up is real.
And he didn't even have to win, man. He didn't even have to make the cut. I want to see Tiger out there smiling on Thursday. That's what I want to see. Sid said, Sid's 1983 FF memory. Mr. Symbieta, last week I described how New Mexico's wonderful weather almost made me miss the finals. Well, Saturday, during the semis, between the games, I was walking the concourse. This was back in '83. There were some Lobo basketball players walking around yelling. Next year, Lobo basketball was going to be there. In those days, I was young and stupid enough to believe him. After all, who the heck were NC State and Houston? Boy, have things changed. The gap between the haves and the have-nots has gotten so large, no way Lobo basketball will ever be on that stage. Is the gap so wide and it cannot be closed that a Lobo team can never compete with these teams that you're watching?
I'm confident in saying I will never see the Lobos in the Final Four in my life.
You can see them in the Sweet 16. You know, here's the difference between those teams, and you'll get a player. You'll get a Danny Granger type player, a J.R. Giddens type player every now and then. They got 4 of them. You know what I mean? These teams that we're watching here are so deep with great players, size, quickness. They all can shoot. They all can shoot.
Here's the thing, Jeff. You just got to get into the NCAA tournament.
Well, you can't win if you don't get in.
Yeah, you can't take that for granted. And Lobo fans absolutely did with Steve Alford, thinking, "Oh, this is easy." Wanted Steve Alford fired after he lost to Harvard.
So stupid.
Like getting to the NCAA tournament.
Days?
It's not about how you match up 1 through. Get into the tournament, and then anything can happen. Where was St. Peter's?
Yeah. They were in the Elite Eight.
It's the beauty of the madness.
Can you become a Houston kind of a
Just
program?
have
Can
to
you
get
become a
into
Houston
the
type of a program? Is San Diego State a Houston? They're not. They're not that good yet because Houston's been to the Final Four. Can you become a San Diego State kind of a program where you've got a realistic chance to get to the Sweet 16? They've been to 2 of them.
The Lobos can.
I think so too.
Because they were at that level with Steve Alford.
Mm-hmm. They didn't get there.
They didn't get there, but it was it wasn't even a thought some of those years that you weren't going to be playing in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. All right, we're going to talk some soccer coming up here in a little bit. It is the U.S. Open Cup, and it is open to soccer clubs all level, from club teams and bar teams all the way up to MLS team. And it's going on. It's going to be here in Albuquerque, and it's going to be tomorrow. Of course, United made a terrific run a few years back in their first year of existence in the U.S. Open Cup. Beat an MLS team. It was a big, big deal, if you remember. 2 MLS teams. Yeah. Yeah, it was Dallas and
Colorado.
And Colorado. Yeah. And lost up in Minnesota. So we'll talk with Zach Prince. He's the head coach, technical director of United as they get ready to move. I ask you who's watching your home, and I hope it's the good guys and not the bad guys. You know that crime is up in this community. You know that there's an officer shortage, and you probably are thinking, what can I do? International Protective Service will help you. IPS is the company that I've trusted for years now to watch my home. They're there almost every day. When I go away, I let them know. They do exterior checks and pick up packages that are dropped off. If you have mail or newspapers, want the garbage cans rolled to the curb and back on garbage day, they do that. They give your home that lived-in look. Look, back in 2006, IPS started providing security for homeowners in Fort Hills, and here we are 16 years later now. Homeowners, business owners all over Albuquerque trust IPS to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Aaron Jones owns IPS. He's from here. He's passionate about making Albuquerque a safer place to live and work by watching your home or business with highly trained armed guards and 24-hour patrols. Call them, see what they can do for you. They're committed to this city and to your protection. The number is 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420, or visit them online at ipsglobal.com.
The Jim Rome Show.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast.
Sports Animal.
A little break from USL Championship schedule play for New Mexico United, but not a break in play for the local soccer club. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. We'll get back to your phone calls in just a little bit. A couple of years ago, in their first year of existence, New Mexico United really lit this community on fire with a deep run in the U.S. Open Cup. It is a tournament that is open to all levels of soccer clubs in America, all the way from MLS down to teams that are named Indy 11 or the Villages and the Bobcats and guys at your local establishment put together and go out and play this tournament. And United made a run, beat a couple of MLS teams, and really, really ignited the passion in this town. And I think it was probably the biggest thing that happened to this club in the first year in popularity. And they're getting started again tomorrow out at the UNM Soccer Complex. New Mexico United will play a team called Las Vegas Legends, a team from the is it the NPSL, correct?
Yes.
And head coach, technical director Zach Prince is with us on the opening drive this morning. Good morning, Zach. How you living?
Good. Thank you guys for having me on.
Exciting time for you. How do you approach the cup play? When you're in league play, you start out your two wins and a pair of ties, and now it's not league play, it's tournament play. Is it any different, or do you just approach it like it's the next matchup?
As far as our approach and preparation for the game, that doesn't change. It's really important for us to take this, preparation extremely serious. And so, but it is a knockout game. And so that means it's different. It can end in a draw. And so we can't approach this game any differently as far as the level of intention we put into our preparation. But at the same time, we do have to account for that it could go into overtime, it could go into penalties, and so we got to be prepared for that as well.
You play Oakland Roots or you play Orange County, and you have an idea what you're getting in league play. Do you know what this team is, an NPSL team? Do you have any idea? I guess they played a match previously to get to you. So how much do you know about Las Vegas Legends?
Yeah, so we actually were fortunate enough to be able to have some film on them, and so we're getting really familiar with them over the past 3 or 4 days, and making sure that we know their tendencies, what they like to do to try and score goals, and then where they're vulnerable as well, and where we can create chances against them. So it would be much more difficult if we didn't have any film on them, but we were lucky enough to get some quality film on them.
Now, Zach, what is the mindset like when you're going against a team, quote unquote, from a lower division? Do you see the same focus, or do you kind of have to preach that to the guys in the build-up to a game like this?
We talk about this a lot in our culture, and what we talk about is we're the gatekeeper of our standards. And so that means, no matter your opponent, your standards are your standards. And so that shouldn't fluctuate. And so that's been hammered home this week as far as, how mature are we in this situation, how are we going to go and approach this game? And it's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge for us to it's easy to say that we have that mentality. What the important thing is to do is to go and act on it and make sure that we have action in that moment.
Zach Prince, head coach, New Mexico United, joining us. And Zach, for you, being a first-year head coach, if someone were to look at the film of New Mexico United, what were some of the things that would be different about this team, just in the principles that you're trying to instill? Because I know you don't want to come in and blow everything up, but some of the foundation that was laid, but now what you're doing with this team.
I think the first thing is we have a number of ways to attack, where in especially last year, we attacked very similar, and we attacked underneath a lot, playing underneath the defensive line. Now we have the ability to attack behind the defensive line. We can attack from wide areas. As you've seen with Harry and Brucey connecting for a goal, we've attacked centrally and had some of the best central combination play that I've seen across the league so far. And so I'm excited about our versatility and the way we can go and attack. And then also with our style, we're able to adapt and not play the same style each game. If we want to give the opponent the balls because we feel like they can open up and be vulnerable in defense to attack moments, we have the ability to do that. We also have the ability to keep the ball for longer periods of time and break down the opponent that way. So I'm happy with where we're at, but we still have a long way to go.
Hey, Zach, as players, do they really love these knockout round games? Or is there a different something to them? Because I remember back to that Open Cup run, and I remember there you are, you beat Colorado, you beat FC Dallas, and then you would get back into USL Championship play, and then you would drop a match to a team lower than you in the table. And I remember having these conversations here, like, okay, so what don't I get? And it seemed that the urgency brought out the best in the club then. Totally understanding it's a different roster, different club, different head coach now, but you were part of that run. Is there a different urgency that the players tend to really look at in a different way?
I mean, definitely, it's a different challenge as far as the mentality of you win, you move on, you lose, and you're out. And so that's a different challenge in itself. But what this tournament does is allows teams across the league and the MLS and USL and other teams as well. They get to show their quality of depth. And so that's where I think we've grown since 2019. Our depth is greatly improved. And so we're going to be able to see our quality of depth over the next, few weeks, having to play midweek games and have that challenges. And that happens throughout the season in the USL as well. But this tournament just adds that challenge to it even more so.
Zach Prince is with us on the opening drive. He's United's head coach, technical director. They play tomorrow at the UNM Soccer Complex, not at Isotopes Park. This match will be at UNM Soccer Complex. It'll be their opener in the U.S. Open Cup against Las Vegas Legends.
Zach, you mentioned the attacking depth, which is definitely there, but defensively, I think it's something too that we haven't seen in years past, because you're talking about not having two standout defenders, Kalen Wright and Austin Earwood on the back end. Josh Suggs has missed some time, and I got to believe that you're pretty confident that some of those issues end of games you can clean up when you get those guys back in.
Yeah, I do agree with what you're saying. I think personnel it'd be nice to have some of those players back, but at the same time, the two issues that we've had late in games come from us not capitalizing on chances that we've created prior to that one moment. And that game has to go, 3-1 the other night against Oakland, and it has to go 2-0 against Orange County. You look at, San Diego played El Paso yesterday. The game's 2-1. They make it 3-1. It ends 3-2 with, El Paso scoring late. And credit to San Diego for, in the 70th minute or so, they scored that third goal and really put pressure on them and made El Paso open up even more. And so we have to get better in that piece of it, and also at the same time look at ourselves and say, we need to go attack those moments when it is 2-1 late in the game, and hopefully all of our players are saying, I want the ball to come into my zone, I want to be the one that wins it, I want to step our lines. And so making sure we're correcting that mentality as well.
Zach, how has the transition been for you this season, stepping up, becoming the head coach, taking over this team? I know the staff that you brought in, I know you're very excited about all these guys. How has it been now having all the attention kind of focused on you when it comes to game days, media obligation, everything that's involved with it?
Yeah, I mean, the media piece of it is definitely much different. I was lucky enough when Troy was the head coach here. He gave me a lot of responsibility, allowed me to influence the group, a bit. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I wasn't the decision maker. I was an influencer. And so becoming the head coach, you're the decision maker, and allowing the assistant coaches to make sure their opinion is heard and make sure that, when they make a decision and we go with it, have confidence in that decision. And so that's been really fun from coming from that position and knowing that feeling of when you're convicted for influencing a moment, and you can see the conviction in the guys, and I'm happy to be working with them, and they've done a phenomenal job so far.
What do you know now that maybe you didn't know 4 games ago? I mean, you're getting more of a responsibility, but moving one chair over, you do have to deal with guys like us every now and then, and you do have different stuff. And I've heard a lot of people over the years tell me that when I'm a coach, I'm an assistant coach, I get to coach more, and when I became head coach, it was like 60% non-coaching stuff. Have you realized that? What have you learned over the last 4 games?
I mean, it's definitely the media obligations is definitely a part of it, but at the same time, our coaching staff, we collaborate so much, and so as far as coaching and being able to be on the field and really get with the guys, I think that is, happened even more for me now, and so I don't think that has become a lesser role by any means. I think one thing that is different, your management style from an assistant coach to a head coach is different, where your word to a player carries more weight as a head coach because you are ultimately, and they know that you're the decision maker. And so learning that role over the past 3-4 weeks, really like 6-8 weeks, starting with preseason, that's been good for me to learn, make mistakes in that, and learn from those mistakes. I think that's critical, that you're making sure that you're reflecting consistently on your management and your performance as a coach. And so I've really enjoyed that process, and I'm going to make more mistakes and learn from more mistakes, and hopefully just make less as we keep going throughout this season.
Zach, appreciate the time this morning. I do. Know you got a lot going on. Big one tomorrow against Las Vegas Legends. You can get out there, go to the United's website and get everything. But it's at the UNM Soccer Complex, 7:30 tomorrow night. Good luck through this run, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, appreciate it. Hopefully, this can always be a interesting match when coming up against a team in the NPSL and a lot of unknowns, but at the same time, it's a big one. So we're excited, and we're excited for the fans to come out and put an entertaining product on the field for them.
Good luck with it. Be well. Thanks, Zach.
Thank you.
Zach Prince, head coach, technical director, New Mexico United. We'll respond to what he said when we come back on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
On Monday, a champion will be
Cast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at Car Crafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter.
Good stuff with Zach Prince. United and Las Vegas Legends tomorrow. UNM side, a little different feel when they play over at the soccer complex across the street, too. You excited about this?
Looking forward to it. The U.S. Open Cup is a very fun tournament. As you said, it was a big reason why they exploded in year one.
I thought that was the biggest thing. The biggest reason their popularity was when they beat Colorado Rapids, and then they beat FC Dallas, and all of a sudden people around here thought this became relevant.
Yes.
And they lose to Minnesota, and if you recall, all during that run when they had USL Championship games intertwined, they weren't ripping up USL Championship. In fact, didn't they finish in the last playoff spot that year?
Yeah, they needed some help to get in.
Remember that it was the Colorado Springs game. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was because the Open Cup run. You were absolutely right. Like they beat Phoenix, the big rival in the U.S. Open Cup,
2-1.
in penalties.
Yep.
And then they go to Colorado against the Rapids, win in penalties, and then play FC Dallas, and then you get to the point where it was, I think, was it the final?
They played Minnesota. It was, I want to say,
Quarterfinal?
Final 8. Yep.
Yeah. And Minnesota's like, all right, here's our starting lineup.
Yeah,
and they get a bit of a wake-up call.
Yeah, and they remember they jumped out, they scored the first goal, and then was it like 6-1?
6-1.
Yeah.
And then you have the, all right.
Yeah, all right, here's a different level. Yeah,
this is
Stop
a different level.
You guys are cute and all, go home.
But what it did for the fan base was incredible.
I thought that was as important as anything to get it on the public conscience. I think there was that football fanatic, that soccer supporter core that was big, but this, in year one for them legitimized what they were doing because, oh my goodness, look who they're beating, right? And then I remember all the talk. Well, they're going to go USL here. I'm sorry, they're going to go MLS. They're going to go MLS here in a couple of years. They're just going to build a state. Easy. First of all, it's $200. At that point, it was $200 million interest fee to the MLS.
Unfortunately, it's not about success. It's about capital.
100%. I mean, they were successful at that level. But, yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun run, and it starts for New Mexico United tomorrow against Las Vegas Legends. Match will kick off at 7:30 out at the UNM Soccer Complex, and supporters will be there and hoping for the right result. And it's kind of it's the same day that you'll get Isotopes Baseball right here on the Sports Animal. So big local day tomorrow, coming off of a big game tonight here on the Sports Animal, North Carolina and Kansas. Emails are coming in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com on the Twitter _JJ Buck. If you're not following JJ, by the way, you're losing. It's a great follow, and you should. You can also follow A. Marie, Part-Time Bro.
Part-Time Bro.
Yeah, that's another great
I'm performing
follow.
on a Saturday this week.
This coming week?
Salt Yard West. I've never been there.
A qué hora?
7 p.m.
I might be able to make that one.
Yeah.
I might even take Audra with me. Is it appropriate for her?
Yeah, it's an all-woman lineup.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, considering, I'm going out of town, I might want to spend Saturday night with her.
I've never been to Salt Yard West, but I know it starts at
I've
7
never been to
p.m.
Salt Yard West either.
And it's all-woman lineup. That's all I know.
Lineup?
Lineup.
Are you headlining?
There's not really a headliner.
There's like a lineup?
There's just a handful of ladies.
Sweet.
Doing like 15 minutes.
All right, looking forward to that, actually.
Come quiz me.
All right, and you guys got to, come on my side. A. Marie's trying to convince me to stand on a stage, a comedy stage.
Oh.
I'm I'm not, that's not kind of my thing. And she's like, yep, you got to do it. And I'm
You
like,
could flow.
No, I'm maybe. I've never done that. I've been on plenty of stages. I've done plenty of public speaking.
I'm making you do it. It's happening.
I'm going to whoop your ass if you don't.
No, it's happening, by the way.
Is it?
Yes. I'm going to make you do it once.
All right, if it happens.
I have the room and everything here.
You do?
Yep, I got a room this week.
What if I don't get anybody there?
That's fine.
I'm more concerned about nobody showing up than not.
Oh, I can fill a room.
Are you kidding me?
Jeff, you're the mayor. But I was at all ladies event, okay? And all the dudes.
Any of the ladies know who I was anymore?
Do you know your friends would be there just so they
just
can
to roast me.
destroy you.
Yeah, just to roast me.
Of course, that place would
And
be.
then people will be
But then I could
quizzing
just
me.
roast them back.
And that's
That'll be
why it
so
would be
good.
a good show.
Yeah. It's
gonna happen.
When I was doing TV,
I'll get you a crowd. Even.
my demo, that 60-plus ladies. I killed it in that demo. It was a younger room, huh? All right, Les sent me an email. Sad 2-year anniversary, really.
Oh.
Jeff, 2 years ago, we got an email from my employer. It must have popped up today. COVID has lingered longer than expected in New Mexico, so we would not be reopening as planned on April 6th. Under orders of the governor, we would now be shut until April 30th. Stay safe and see you when we're all together on April 30th. Cute. It left many shaking their heads, wondering what we were doing. 2 years later, we still haven't fully reopened, and the head scratching and shaking continues. There's a lot of businesses that are still mobile. You saw the Pac-12 has gone completely mobile, so or at least in the process thereof. So the Pac-12 offices have been in San Francisco, and it's been very, very. It's as expensive a city as there is in America to live, to operate, to work, to just exist. So they're going completely remote. They are going to move the Pac-12 studio to because they've got the Pac-12 network somewhere else. But they're totally remote. You can work for the Pac-12 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, JG. I don't know, man. It would be really weird for me to work 100% remote, never see the people with whom I work, never interact. I work. You both have been to my office. It's a small office. It's me and Monica. But next week we're going to get together with the whole ESPN events staff in Orlando and have face-to-face interaction with people with whom we work all year. So at least, once, twice a year, you have contact with people. Wouldn't it be weird? What if we just did the show? We never met. We just like.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I work with people that I've never met still.
Is it weird?
On podcasts and stuff. Yeah, it's really weird.
I mean, maybe that's the beauty of today's technology. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to hang out with you. I mean, that's fair enough. There's a reason I work remote. I don't like you. You know what? The more I think this through, let's go back to the remote. Yeah. I'm kidding.
Remote.
Hello, Terry. I know you're living well.
Yes, good morning to everyone. I hope you all are having a great Monday morning. Adolf, he can join me on the island of misfit toys because there's everyone, and then there's Adolf and I on the issues, whether it be me picking the Rams and everybody else. Everyone picked the Bengals. Jeff, I thought we were kind of nice. Addie, I always wished her well. I wished your mom well. And then I was hoping, come on, Jeff, pick Carolina this morning. And it went, you went the other way. So
I picked Kansas the other day, though. I was on Kansas.
Which day?
For the Saturday game. I had Kansas over Nova.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I'll give it that. But I then also was rolling over, and the radio was on, and I guess Jess came on early in the day and then had to compare UNM to KU, and I almost had to throw up in my mouth. Two different worlds. Yes, KU's made numerous finals and hasn't won it all. They technically have 3 by the tournament standards. They hang 5 banners because they were elected champion twice in the 30s.
Elected?
And then, before the tournament started in 39, and Pog Allen and Alley got it. They went to, and then 2 years ago, I thought your Aztecs could have made a deep run. 2 years ago, KU would have been the #1 overall seed.
And then COVID.
And then COVID hit. So they've had their times of losing to VCU or whatever, Northern Iowa, and they've had their days where you kind of go, but we'll see what happens tonight. But I don't know. Also, Jess said they play more like a team. They played like a team most of the years I've watched them. 03, when he mentioned Carmelo Anthony, actually it was Jerry McNamara that killed them. Back then, before threes were overly popular, McNamara made 6 of them in that 03 championship game. And, you play on and you just live, and we'll watch tonight. I think both my kids are headed to Pog Allen Fieldhouse. They'll probably have 15,000 people in Fog
It'll
Island
be a
Field.
party right there now. A party in Kansas.
Mass Street is only a half mile away, and yeah, it will go wild and crazy if they come through, but we'll see. So from that end, again, well, later in the week I'll talk about, again, I don't care about handshake lines, you know, because that's what happens. One team leaves, one team stays, you know. But I'm glad Coach K acted properly. You know, at least the last two games he understood where he was. He would do the interviews in the middle of the game or at halftime. For years he would send the assistant out. And, you know, I think he appreciated the moment knowing it was the end. And, yes, he wanted to win it all. But I think he was kind of finally taking it in. And kind of a little bit like how Tiger changed his attitude after years.
That happens, man. People evolve. You're different. All right, man.
All right, have a good one. Take
Enjoy
care.
the day. I know you will if Kansas wins. I picked KU, right?
Yes.
All right. Just want to make sure. All right, we'll wrap it up. I got some of your correspondence to get to you. Have time for you to get in at 505-246-0610. Amory produces this conglomeration. Abomination? This radio program on the radio, and Adrian produces it on the TV side. I'm merely Jeff Symbieta with JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
For ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at Car Crafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
And AM 610, the sports animal.
Going home on a beautiful Monday. Where are you watching the game tonight? You watching it like are you by myself, leave me alone at home, or I got to be with people? Is this an event? Is this an event on your calendar where you make a big party out of? Kansas and Carolina tonight.
Not a big party, but I mean it's.
I know what it
final.
is. I got that part. I got it. It's the finals.
I'm watching on my couch.
Couch
Yeah,
is such
couch.
a good spot, dude. Can I tell you I love my couch?
Same.
Then I got this new recliner recently. You know, little it's got a charger. I could charge my phone. It's got a little outlet to charge my phone.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
It's a big deal. 505-246-0610. All right, we didn't get into Kareem today, JJ. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is not digging your boy LeBron's act, is he? So is this old man shut up and get off my lawn and go away and stop, or is this a legend saying, hey, come on, young buck, figure it out, get it in check?
That.
The latter one.
Because LeBron James is trying to wear all the hats at once.
That's right.
You know, and I think that while you can have good intentions, you can understand how hard it is to try to be everyone's favorite. You know, and try to stand up for things and be an influencer, be an activist, and then realizing, there's a lot of stuff that goes into this. Kareem knows it, man. He's lived that life. It's what he's been doing.
That's what he was doing. Are you guys watching Winning Time? Because there was this.
I didn't see last night.
It was all about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and how he became who he was and all the stuff he was involved.
I flipped over in the middle and I saw the Kareem
so
character
good.
walking, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to spoil this for myself.
Yeah,
I'll
then
catch it
I
at the
won't spoil it
top
for you.
So I didn't see last night.
But this is an interesting headline because it goes hand in hand with the episode last night. And if you're not watching the show, watch it because
All
the
right.
Lakers right now are trash, but that show is good.
The Lakers are trash. So Kareem basically is criticizing LeBron, but because he says, Kareem says, Kareem believes LeBron has greater responsibility in how he conducts himself basically daily. Quote, this is Jabbar now. Some of the things he's done and said are really beneath him as far as I can see. Some of the great things he's done, he's standing on both sides of the fence almost, you know? It makes it hard for me to accept that when he's committed himself to a different take on everything, it's hard to figure out where he's standing. You've got to check him out every time, end quote. What does that say to you? Does that say I don't know who the hell he is, what he stands for? He just stands for whatever's in the moment?
Yes, it does. And so where did this all come from? Well, Kareem was on hand to present Carmelo Anthony with the newly designated Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Trophy to honor the NBA Social Justice Champion for the season, which was Carmelo Anthony.
James, I guess, was it a game against Indiana where he celebrated a late game 3 in overtime, and he mimicked the dance of Sam Cassell, right? And he accentuated his
onions.
All right, good. And Abdul-Jabbar used that for his disapproval. Quote, this is Jabbar again. For me, winning is enough. Why do you need to do a stupid, childish dance and disrespect the other team on the court? It doesn't make sense. Goats don't dance, end quote. I don't know if goats dance or they don't. But here's a guy who, is he still the all-time leading scorer in the history of the game? Jabbar?
Yep.
It should be on every list of top pick your number of players, okay? He wasn't as athletic. He couldn't handle the ball like a LeBron or a Michael Jordan, and so that's why he won't ever be one. What he did as well as anybody that's ever played the game. Rim protected. The skyhook was unstoppable. He invented a shot. He was socially him. He was cerebral. It was everything. And, oh, by the way, he won championships. Is this, again, I'm going to go back to it now. Is this old man get off my lawn, or is this, well, I'm kind of listening to the guy who should be on Mount Rushmore, Goats Don't Dance, or the Goats Dance in 2022?
I think the second part is get off my lawn. The
dancing part?
The emotion in the Sam Cassell, Dance. The other part, it's honesty, man. If you wanna speak up and have that platform, then you got to be able to take it if someone's like, you know what, I don't really think you know what you're doing on your platform.
Because I believe LeBron's tried to do too much. I don't know if he's been called on or just felt like he needs to. Certainly through the pandemic, but since coming to the Lakers, I think he's tried to do too much. I think he's tried, and there's been a lot of social issues now. And I understand that when there are social issues in the African American community in a league that is 85% African American, they're going to look at the best player in the league and they want opinion. And I feel LeBron has felt the need to have an opinion on everything. And to Kareem's point, his opinion has wavered, and at times it's been uninformed, right? And I think the one everybody points to is the "You're next" tweet, where he tweeted at an officer who, before he knew the facts, there was an officer who killed a young black a kid who was basically, he saved it one but killed the other, and it was horrible. It's been insanely polarizing, but it's been hard to figure out where he stands on issues, right? It's been inconsistent. And that's where
LeBron is just figuring out that life is hard for all of us.
Yeah, that's right.
When we all try to have reactions and put our opinions out there, but he's on a different level. And, his words do resonate more. And people will scream and say, why do they matter? Why do they this and that? Well, they do because they're in headlines.
Yeah.
And that's the social media post that's going to pop up. That's what you're going to see.
When you are that level, you whisper louder than most guys scream. Okay? Give me a player. Give me a good player. What's your guy, Jamal Murray?
And there's the thing, too, is I'm not in the shut up and dribble camp.
Yeah.
But it's one where you have to be
careful,
willing to understand that even if you're standing up for things, you're not going to be perfect on everything. And I don't think LeBron has really realized that, because, as you said, I think he's trying to do so much, because there's a lot of good stuff that a lot of athletes, especially LeBron James, like what he's invested in the schooling and stuff is unbelievable. But there are other things when you come out strongly and have your takes on big things that are going on in society. Well, guess what? People are going to fact check you, bro.
Well,
and it's going to happen.
And that's the thing. Make sure before you speak, you understand the whole issue. Don't just read the headlines. Donovan Mitchell's a good player, right? Really good player. Really good.
He's all right.
I don't know why I'm using him and his example. You could take Tobias, Philadelphia 76ers. Why am I thinking of him? Just give me a good player. LeBron whispers louder than they scream. Meaning, when you are that guy, when you are Tiger Woods, when you are Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, everything you do is magnified and the volume is turned up because you are you. Whether you know anything about that subject or not, people are going to come to you. And this is one of those where, JJ, I always say, what's his skill? He's a great basketball player. Why is it we would expect him to be learned on world affairs, social affairs, but we do, right?
Yeah, well,
but
I think it's part of the impact someone like him can have, because he does have the financial means.
Well, and because he's got the stage.
It's not
just the pulpit.
and it's a stage.
Yeah.
And that's why, as much as some people hate it, celebrities are in this position to have influence on the public.
I ask you, give me a guy who's got his pulpit. And there's not many, right? It's Tiger, it's Brady, it's him, there's not many. Serena, maybe, right? When she says stuff. Who is as controversial? Because I hear people, well, you don't like him because, if you don't like him, you're racist. Well, I don't think that's right either. Because there's plenty of black athletes that aren't as polarizing. I can't think of one who everything he says is so controversial. Now, maybe that's good, maybe that's not. It's really going to be your point of view on this. Maybe because he has his own show, The Shop was really popular. But I can't think of somebody that's been as super polarizing with everything he says. Can you?
No, and I think to Kareem's point, he was an activist throughout his whole career, and so I think maybe also he's trying to tell LeBron, like what you doing, man?
But Kareem was an activist and very consistent on his message and his cause. He was very focused. He was consistent. And to Kareem's credit, Kareem, the best that I know, almost always knew what he was talking about, right?
Yes.
He put in the time. He was very cerebral.
Oh, yes. And so that's why he's probably like, LeBron, what you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I think LeBron is like all of us at times. You feel a certain way, you get an opinion, and you just kind of have that spur of the moment.
Yeah.
Boom, let's go. But to your point, his is magnified. Of we all have the ability, if we say something, it's not going to be headlines. We can be like, oh, okay. We go on about our day, listen to other things, get stories, kind of evolve. Like anything, whether it's right or wrong, if it's said by LeBron, that's going to hit instantly.
Yeah, and the text line says LeBron in China quiet about social injustice, right? Because it affected him financially. This is what, I mean, it's what people say. I mean, it's got to be the reality, right? You can't. And tell me about injustice to one group and not about the other.
Well, and I think it's hard too, because
no doubt
it's easy to know China bad, but do all of us know why China is bad, like the ins and outs?
But shouldn't he? If he's going to talk about it? If he's going to talk about it.
But he didn't talk about it.
That's exactly right. He certainly did not. No, you're right. You're right. He did not talk about it. LJ Hatch was with us today. Thanks to him. Thanks to Zach Prince. The Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Coward will follow that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4. It's abbreviated because then you get NCAA basketball, Kansas and Carolina for the championship. We're back tomorrow morning with award-winning radio. Adrian, great work on the TV side. Marie, terrific work.
Thank you.
Big day for you today, huh?
Huge day.
Yeah, I know it is. All right, enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will smell you tomorrow.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Well, I'm going to the frontier,